I mean, and here we have Bretonnia taking on the Lizardmen for round one of this best of three. I think Lizardmen are still favored here. Let me know if I'm wrong, but we'll see how the Bretonnians fare. I'm excited because we haven't seen Bretonnia yet, so either way, it's a win in my book.
Yeah, and it's definitely an easier matchup for the Lizardmen. For the most part, you bring Mazda on Slack, you net the Cav, you charge it with Stegodons or a T-Rex, Crocodiles, and they just snack on the Cav. But Bretonnia, the Peg Knight charges are finally impactful, not quite as impactful as they were on, not sure if I'd say release, but when Bretonnia got its first overhaul.
Yeah. Well,
But
you want the
still,
Lizards or the Bretonnians? Sorry to cut you off there.
Oh, I would like to go with the Bretonnians here.
All right. Lay it down for us, sir.
So, of course, every Bretonnian army needs a good, healthy amount of peasants. What is a Bretonnian army? A great cavalry charge without peasants to support, as they are the true heroes with their pitchforks and their shovels, and we have 4 peasant mob in the front line, ready to fight, ready to go and take it on the chin for the lords and ladies. Now we have 3 spearmen at arms backing up the peasant front line, and we have 5 peasant bowmen, and looks to be 3 standard and 2 with pox arrows. Now, of course, in every Bretonnian army, you need some cavalry, and we have, looks to be 4 questing knights. A very wise choice here. And now for the leadership, we have essentially the obligatory Damsel of Life, now just with Earthblood, and I think, is she on a horse or is she on foot?
Foot.
Where? Oh, interesting choice. So the cheapest damsel you can possibly get, and in the air we have the king himself, Louis, King Louis Bianca. And he has essentially the standard kit. Regen, Sword of Corone, and stand your ground, excuse me, not standard die. And that makes out this Bretonnian force. Oh, there is a single sneaky Grail Knight in the woods. I can't wait to see this single Grail Knight come to save the Bretonnian army. Be like the Demigryph charges out of the woods of old. And now, what has the scaly Lizardman force brought to deal with this peasant incursion, my son?
Great question, and I'm not sure if you mentioned, but did you see the Damsel of Beast with Transformation of Kadan? Or did I just...
Oh, I wish I didn't.
Well, there it is.
Not biased here, folks. Not biased here.
Now, for the Lizardman, Red-Crested Skink cohort's going to be up front, including the ROR, the cohort of Sotek. We're going to have Skink cohort with javelins, 2 of them, the Legion of Shakwa ROR Sora Spears. We're going to have a third Skink cohort with javelins. We have the Star Chamber Guardians here in the forest on the right flank. We have Sacred Kroxigor, not a bad pick at all, very good with that magical damage against Grail Knights and things like that. And they're actually the ROR, the cohort of Waddle, and I never see these guys. What is their specialty?
Well, I believe they have physical resist and armor sunder, so they're actually a very strong unit, and used correctly, especially with some skinks or Saurus supporting, they can just be incredibly impactful. An excellent unit, just yeah, one that's probably under seen or not seen enough just because of a T-Rex.
I've rarely seen it. Yeah, I don't think I've seen it in a tournament before. Now, I also have a Stegodon, Mazda Mundi, and a Skink Chief. And I think I saw some Coldon Riders somewhere, but let's just go ahead and focus on the combat now. Those bows are just destroying the Red-Crested Skinks.
Yeah, some excellent early damage, and this is a really odd pick for me. The Star Chamber Guardians are way off on a flank, an island unto themselves nearly, and very far away from the leadership of the Lizardmen, which they really need to be on top of. Yeah. That is a key synergy. If they have Temple Guard on the Stegodons with Kroxigor support, this should be a very tough army for the Bretonnian to defeat. But if they become separated, lose that unit cohesion and that synergy, they'll fall one by one piecemeal.
Yeah, no, and these peasant bowmen just laying down so much damage, and unfortunately it just doesn't look like the Lizardmen have anything to like move around and shut that damage down. So the peasant bowmen just having their way right now, while while Lewin Leonker and the questing knights just keep the dinosaurs in place. Oh man! Oh, here's those feral cold ones I thought I saw earlier, and they are diving into the peasant bowmen now, unchallenged.
Now the Shield of Chakwa has gone down here, may keep Lord Mazdamundi alive with that missile resistance, but I don't think it's going to keep him from routing, which could be absolutely devastating here. I mean, look at these, the Stegodons. I mean, only now are the Star Chamber Guardians actually trying to get involved here and support their lords and the Stegodons, but it just seems a bit too late. This damage on Mazdamundi cannot be undone very quickly with the Apotheosis, and this may be a Bretonnian victory against a usually favored, scaly Lizardman force.
Yeah. Going to see the Grail Knights diving in to counter the cohort of Horpotl, because they were about to get a fat rear charge on that blob of Questing Knights, so they came in just in the nick of time, and it looks like they're actually doing quite well in combat against them since they got that free charge without any counter charge. And now that that second Manticore summon has come in, the balance of power is really getting out of hand, and I think Mazdamundi's dead right now.
Yeah, the Grail Knights here with that charge bonus and the magic damage here really impactful against the cohort of Quaddle. Their physical resist will have no impact here, and they're just getting shredded by the Grail Knights. Mazdamundi is down. The other Stegodon looks like it's desperately trying to get into the archers. It's just a really strong Bretonnian force using a mass of infantry to deal with some skinks. Very keen focus fire from the archers, and just a really clean victory, I'd say.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. This was clinical. This was, surgical precision, and just like the build was well put together, and it looks like our player, Gilles Breton, just really knew how to play it. He knew what the win conditions are. And, in this matchup that's typically Lizardmen favored, we're going to see an upset as the Bretonnians win this and say a convincing victory.
Yes, I would absolutely agree. And, just some really good setup and good initial plan. He kept the Grail Knight in the woods so it couldn't get sniped by the Stegodon's bolts. And those key late game charges, I mean, the charge on the cohort of Waddle, we probably just really sealed it. At that point, there was just nothing to hold this scaly force together. Now it shatters, and that looks to be 1-0 for the Bretonnian force. And yeah, just really clinical, as you said. That's a good way to describe this win.
Yeah. Yeah, not really sure this is an upset anymore, says Wicked Science. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, if it's when it's slighted. Bretonnians by far have superior cav, and with cycle charging, anything's possible. And yeah, King Louis is a champ. One thing that has stayed true throughout all of Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2, King Lewin is a champ.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, Cohen the Merciless, you blinked and suddenly the battle was over. Yeah, it was, like we said just now, a convincing victory for the Bretonnians, and I guess this is just a matter of, like, really with Lizardmen versus Bretonnians, I feel like the Lizardmen, really rely on the single entity monsters to lead them to victory, which sometimes leads them to go to small armies, and when you go with the small army, the biggest weakness you're going to run into is the Bretonnians can bring dirt cheap infantry, like what is all of this infantry together, 750, 850, 950, 1050, so like less than 1200 for all of their infantry, and then you can spend it on a ton of really good cavalry and then cheap peasant bowmen, and suddenly those single entities are not doing too well because you have the chaff holding back the front line, just absorbing damage and causing the enemy to waste time, all the while the cav is just running amok around the field, and perfectly played Bretonnian army as far as I am concerned. This was very nicely put together and well executed. All right, guys, match point for ODM and Gilles Le Breton. I don't know, I just now realized this is an ODM Civil War, but it is indeed, and only one can proceed, so time to see what happens here. Will Gilles Le Breton take it in a 2-0 fashion, or will ODM ChosenOne come back and bring this to round 3? Tomb Kings or Dark Elves, my friend?
Well, I am on the Dark Elf side, so we could have a little bit of diversity here, and I think I'll go over the Dark Elf army. It's going to be quick anyway, because it's a pretty elite front line, made up of 2 Dread Spears, 1 either flank, 2 Blackheart Corsairs, and the core of the strength of this front line, 3 Black Guard of Nagaron. A very strong unit, maybe the best elite halberd in the game, and with their ITP, we'll see what sort of work they can get done here. Now for the cavalry contingent, we have looks to be just 2 Dark Riders with shields, and this may be a risky vanguard as they are vanguarded very far ahead of the main force. Now we do have a single Cold One Knight for a little bit of hard-hitting AP. Now for the skirmish potential, it seems to just be 2 Dark Riders with repeater crossbows. Pretty standard pick. And now in the air we have a interesting hit force. We have a Master riding a Dark Peg, he just has Foe Seeker. And we have a Supreme Sorceress of Fire. Burning Head, Fireball, Arcane Conduit, and the Wind Spell. The Bound Wind Spell, the Black...
Arnsapal's
Yeah, Arnsapal's Black Horror. The worst circus you've ever been to. And now, what has the Undead Force brought to deal with this Dark Elf threat, HW?
Another army that's going to be pretty quick to go over, I have to say. So, Skeleton Warriors. Looks like we'll have 4 of them. Gonna have, is that 3? No, sorry. So 5 Skeleton Warriors and 2 Tomb Guard. We're gonna have a back line of 4 Nehekara Horsemen. So those Dark Riders will definitely have to look out. Got 3 Skeleton Horsemen Archers, a single Ushapti with great bows. And then from there, we have some Skeleton Chariots on the field of battle. Going to be very threatening to that Dark Elf Infantry. And for the leader, we have Archon the Black and a Tomb Prince. Archon the Black's going to have Fate of Una, Spirit Leech, what is that one called? The Book of Death, something like that. I can't get it. Liber Mortis. Yeah, so the Book of the Dead in a different language. The Tomb Blade of Archon. And then we have the Tomb Prince here with Tomb Strike and Guardian. So that's going to be it.
Klaatu, Barata. I always forget the last part. Anyway, after 90s movie references are done, we'll see, you know, I don't think we can really do this, but can we swap out the other Tomb King army and plop it here? I want more Screaming Skulls.
There's not enough Screaming Skulls here.
And back to these Tomb King army, this is a pretty standard pick with the Ushapti Great Bows, a little bit of counter air, and the Skelly Horsemen are usually very strong here, help countering most of the Dark Elf cavalry contingent and skirmish potential.
Yep.
And this, we'll see. This may just come down to a Blackguard and a few Burning Heads, but only time will tell. I do love these Nehekara Horsemen, though. They could be the deciding factor with a nice cheeky flank, maybe eliminating some Blackguard Corsairs, what have you, but we'll see what sort of work they get done. But oh my goodness, look at those Dark Riders, HW. They've taken massive damage and got no work done so far.
Yeah. I guess the only thing to say about them is at least it's helped prevent the damage from growing on the repeater crossbows. But yeah, they're taking a lot of damage, and I think the biggest thing that Tomb Kings need to worry about here is they just don't have enough firepower to kill off all the Blackguard and Agarond. So they'll need to figure out how to get good engagements to kind of like surround them, kill them with flanks and full surrounds, because I just don't think the Skeleton Horse Archers and that one unit of Ushapti will be enough to kill them off for good. So very, very different game from the last Tomb King Dark Elf battle we just watched.
Yeah, with this prolonged skirmish phase, and another fireball. Oh, just dodged by Arkin there, and he's already down a third of his health. But that's a very nice early summon, bogging down the Blackguard, and we'll see if these Dark Riders commit to this engagement. Looks like these Nehekara Horsemen are just going to chew them up, and this left flank for the Tomb Kings could be the win they need to roll this entire flank, but we'll see. Looks like the Master's going in there, and I think he might die as well. It could spell disaster early on.
He's gotten pinned in place. Spirit Leech is going down on top of him. The Fate of Buna was used on the Master. I am so confused.
That must be a devastating misclick. Yeah.
Yeah, that must
have been meant for the Blackguard, and that's very impactful because we'll see though. If the Master still dies here, it's not the worst thing. I mean,
yeah, you still have the fireball.
Oh my goodness.
Big hit.
Yes.
Ooh, Cold One Knight's getting a counter charge against the Nehekara Horsemen right at the last moment, but now they're there all by themselves, and there's 4 Nehekara Horsemen there. So yeah, that's already a rough start. Ushapti with Great Bows are in combat right now with the Blackguard and Agarond. That's no fun. Blackguard Corsairs. I mean, it just looks like the Dark Elves are winning the infantry engagements very convincingly, but when it comes to the large units, the Tomb Kings have definitely taken the cake. And I don't... That Master's dead, right? Or is he... Oh, he's shattered, but he's still flying away. So, yeah, this is
so
a rough
essentially
start.
dead.
Yeah, essentially he's dead. And the Supreme Sorceress is also very low on health now.
Indeed, it's looking like it might be a really tough late game position for the Dark Elves. Just this left flank went so poorly for them. Though they're doing well on the right flank of the Tomb King player, they're taking a while to cut through, and by the time they do so, I fear, will this Burning Head, though, help turn the tide? That's some pretty good damage, HW.
No, that's really good damage. Those Tomb Guard going to be crumbling right now. Those Blackguard and Nagarond are definitely getting surrounded, and the Ushapti summon on their back is not something they're enjoying. The Great Bow over here is doing a great job shooting down these Blackguard and Nagarond that are pinned in place, but it looks like they're changing their target to the Supreme Sorceress now. Oh, and a Spirit Leech hits her, and that could be it. I think that Supreme Sorceress may go down for the count right here. 300 HP.
And she tried to get a timely fireball, a little pot shot, but she ate a full volley from the Ushapti prior to that Spirit Leech, and I'm not sure how she hasn't routed yet. Barely above 200 HP, and there she goes, and that's probably going to spell a GG for the Tomb King player.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I mean, we'll see if she comes back. Those fireballs still have the potential to kill off Archon. And you can see the Dark Riders and Repeater Crossbows right here actually doing okay against the Nahakara Horsemen. But, yeah, other than the Blackguard and Nagaron, there's just really nothing going for the Dark Elves right now. And even that, you know, there's one Blackguard and Nagaron that's pretty much down for the count. And the other two are getting close to half health.
Absolutely, and we may not get that final ace match of the day, unfortunately. It looks like the Tomb King player has played this one very well. Though he may finally lose these Ushapti Great Bows, which have been just harassed by this Blackguard all game, it seems. But still, they've got their work done and put the Tomb King in a strong position.
Oh, the Supreme Sorceress has just regained her leadership. And so
my goodness,
if she stays alive, there's still a hope, because the fireballs still have the potential to kill off both Archon and the Tomb King. And the Blackguard and Nagaron, if they don't have to worry about Ushapti with Great Bow, which they don't anymore, then they can do it. You know, it's a long shot.
Archon's getting shredded by those Blackguard.
Oh!
Those aforementioned Blackguard are just shredding him. He's getting close to crumbling. It only takes one fireball here. Could it happen? I mean, it was very much a far-fetched idea, but look at that balance of power. It's creeping back. The Tomb King player has been sitting on the Blackguard for some time. Could it happen, HW? Could it?
It could. I've seen crazier things happen. I've seen two Slayers kill a noble on a chariot when the balance of power was 99% against him. So anything is possible, and all that it's going to take is one fireball. But, oh no, the Supreme Sorceress? Is she? Oh, okay, she is still alive. She's hidden right now. And it looks like she's sneaky flying Pegasus. And yeah, I mean, look at this. The Tomb Prince, too. Look how much damage he's taking. The Blackguard Corsairs hit the Skeleton Warriors. The summon is almost done. And the Tomb Prince is just getting trounced by the Blackguard and Nagaron. So, I don't know, Romulan. This could go either way. And man,
I think all these Dark Elves after the battle will become Wood Elves because of their love of this single little bit of forest, just barely keeping them alive and slowing down some of these rear charges here. These are the children of the forest, no doubt, and once again, another bit of the Tomb King leadership is taking massive damage here, but it's a Spirit Leech. It's a Spirit Leech, not a Fate of Buna.
Yeah, so, they already used that Fate of Buna on the Master, so that's a lot of winds of magic that went down the drain right there. It looks like the Supreme Sorceress is feeling confident enough to come out here and try to shoot Archon with that fireball, and as long as she plays
just don't overcast it.
Don't overcast
it.
If that happened, that would be a crying shame, but the balance of power, look at it. It's going right back to dead even.
Wait, where's she going?
Insane. Oh, there she goes.
She's doing it. She's doing it. She was trying to play coy as though she wasn't taking her shot, but here it goes.
Now she needs to run away.
Shot, they say.
Yeah, you got to shoot it, and it looks like Archon's going in for some dodge central, but oh!
That was massive.
220.
That was massive.
Oh my goodness. Both lords are so low, but he's crumbling. He was crumbling for a second. He's at 198. Oh
just
my
barely
god.
Holding on.
A stiff breeze will kill Archon the Black at this point.
The Blackguard Nagaran are charging in for the Dark Elves, for Nagarond, for the Witch King.
Oh my
And it seems-
god. Oh my god. What is
Tomb
this?
Kings are sandwiched.
The Tomb Kings are sandwiched between Blackguard and Nagarond, and everything in this sandwich does not want to be next to these guys. Oh my god, he's probably... There goes Archon. Oh my
No way.
god.
No way, it's actually going to happen?
It's...
This battle was lost, HW.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, I think. I mean, what do the Tomb Kings do at this point? A fireball's coming in for the Tomb
Yeah.
Prince.
I think
And
this is the nail in the coffin, in the sarcophagus for that Tomb Prince.
not doing as much damage as I thought it would, but he's still not going to be able to kill Blackguard and Nagaron. This is... Oh my god.
That ITP probably makes them the best elite halberd in the game. And you're seeing it here, folks. What a turnaround. Is this really going to happen? Especially if they get to the forest at some point, it's definitely over.
Yeah.
Because the cycle charging won't be as effective. They'll get caught.
That's insanity. The Tomb Prince is about to die. And then...
It's happening.
It's over. Wow. Chosen
What did we
One.
just see?
I think we just saw an epic comeback is what we saw. We saw the reason this is my favorite strategy game of all time, because, you know, a single straw can break the camel's back, and, you know, it just, everything is turning around here. You know, we both thought that was over. I'm pretty sure most of the chat thought that was over, and it wasn't. He came back, and on the back of his Blackguard and Nagaron, he pulled out the victory.
And with great strategy, small things become great things, become massive things. Those few key early fireballs paying dividends in the late game, and down goes Archon, down goes this undead force, this horde of skeletons, and wow, we have the ace match. HW, last battle of the day is an ace match. How fitting.
I know, yeah. That I'm very excited about it, and that Fate Abuna misclick. It's like
actually,
crazy
yeah.
how much value was lost there. Oh.
Yeah, really, because there was one just about full health Blackguard in the late game.
Yep.
Yeah, good health, and that one Fate Abuna, absolutely. I could have.
Yeah. That, and like somebody just pointed out there, Zero, you know, the Great Bows didn't need to die there. They just got caught by infantry, and wow, I love this game. But that was a crazy comeback, and, you know, got to give ChosenOne kudos there. I mean, clearly there was mistakes on both ends, but he didn't give up. I might have given up at a certain point there, and he just, I think, recognized, well, I have Blackheart Corsairs and the Blackheart and Nagaron. As long as I can finish these heroes off, there's nothing in this Tomb King army to challenge me without the Ushabti. So.
And it's funny, that hill position the Tomb Kings took to try and get some nice cheeky charges early on gave that little forest to the Dark Elves, which became a bastion in the late game.
Yep.
Just, yeah, incredible to think how that battle just kind of, yeah, took form, took shape. And, yeah, those Ushabti, I feel like it might have just been, you know, maybe overzealous or even overconfident at that point after that left flank was just completely crumped. Maybe he didn't feel like they had that much value. But, yeah I mean, losing those Ushabti Greatbow, missing a few shots on the Supreme Sorceress, left her alive. I mean, that's only 2 shots from Ushabti Greatbow, just 200 HP. Just a couple keen shots from the Ushabti Greatbow. No fireball in the late game. It's, yeah, from small things. So do we find great things. From small things, great things. Just, yeah.
All right, let's throw up the intro card, and then you let me know which faction you want to cover, man. I am easy either way, but this is round 3, match point for both players. ODM ChosenOne with the Greenskins, taking on ODM Gilles Le Breton with Norsca. So give these guys some love. They had some wonderful games so far. Time to see who takes home the victory.
Listen, bud, I know you try and be nice, but you don't fool me. I know which side you want. I know you want the green skin, so I will start with the Northern Berserkers, the Norskins themselves. So, yeah, starting with the Norskins. Of course, you have a massive front line with plenty of chaff. In this case, we have 4 Marauders, and we have 2 Berserkers making up the center of the line. Now for the skirmish potential, it's just looks to be 2 Marauder Horsemen. the non-AP variant, and it's interesting. Very limited skirmish force. And now for the cavalry contingent, or the werewolf contingent, we have 4 skin wolves, and yeah, it looks like these are a mix of skin wolves and, okay, just 1 armored skin wolf and 3 standard skin wolf. Interesting choice. Now for the leadership, also, I believe we have some extra wolves on the flank. The Norscan Warhounds, the Beasts of Tashnar, the ROR, are vanguarded on the left flank for Norsca. And now for the leadership, we have the Fimir Balefiend of Shadows, a very popular choice as of recently. And yep, standard pick, Enfeebling Foe, and Pendulum, as well as Scroll Shielding and Arcane Conduit. And of course, one of the 2 choices for Norsca, you're going a Troll or you're going Mammoth. And here we have a Mammoth, Wulfric the Wanderer himself on his Mammoth. And it's, yeah, it's always a treat to see a Norscan Mammoth. Absolutely glorious. And now, that makes up this Norscan army. What have the Greenskins brought to deal with this northern threat, my son?
Well, let's find out. Looks like we're going to have, for the skirmishers up front, 3 Goblin Wolf Rider Archers, backed up by 2 Forest Goblin Spider Riders. We're going to have some, oh, I love it, my favorite unit in the game, Goblin Wolf Chariots on the field. We're going to have Goblins, looks like maybe just 1 of those generic Goblins. Got the 8 Peak Loonies holding down the center, Savage Orcs, and Orc Boys on either side of them. We're going to have another Orc and Savage Orc Biggin, and then some Orc Boys for a total of 3 by the looks of it. Now, in the center, we have Orc Error Boys. And besides that, oh, there's Orc Biggins on the left flank too. So, combination of lots of Savage Orcs and Savage Orc Biggins with Orc Boys and Orc Biggins. Now, we have the Arachnarok Queen to be the monster, and guess what? We got a Dancing Wurzag on the field of battle, and Dancing Wurzag is going to be bringing Effigy to get Brainbursta, and then other than that, no more spells, just the Bonewood Staff, Squiggly Beast, and Power of Dewa. So, interesting stuff. I don't see any other magic on the field besides that Brainburster, so looks like Wurzag's just going to completely invest in blowing up the lightly armored Norscan infantry, and already these Berserkers getting focused by the 3 Wolf Archers doing a ton of damage.
Look at this, a nice cheeky charge by the Spiders, getting onto some of the Skirm Cab, but they're quickly repelled by the Skin Wolves. And yeah, look at this, a Dancing Wurzag. Will he dance his way to victory, HW?
Guess we're about to find out. I'm not sure, man. This is going to be a big smash and grab fight, so we're going to have to see if the Greenskins can hold the line long enough so they can shoot down the Mammoth.
I know you're going to like this, but it looks like the right flank is just ripe. It's ready for this Goblin Wolf Chariot charge. Just go in and just mow down the entire line. But, oh, look at that, Seafang. Nice initial cast, though. The loose formation, not taking too much damage on those archers. Yeah. But here we go, Spider versus Mammoth.
Effigy to get is passed down. Ooh, a big fat Brainburster. But yeah, there goes a Penumbral Pendulum, and it's going to be devastating. Oh, right through the Savage Orcs and the Goblins. The Goblin Wolf Chariots are pulling out now. We have Orc Biggins coming into combat, and the Goblin Chariots are diving right into the Marauder Berserkers, doing some very good work, but there's Skin Wolves nearby, so they'll have to be careful.
And we'll see. It looks like Norsca's doing a pretty good job just eviscerating this Goblin and Orc front line. Mm-hmm. And now they're getting back to the squishy back lines, and many of the Orc units are quite tired, but here we go. It's a massive center engagement. Biggins, Spiders, Mammoths, Werewolves, my goodness, and we'll see. Whoever comes up on top of this center engagement will most likely be the victor, and end today's stream with a win.
Yeah, I mean, the Brainburster is still doing a ton of work against the Norscan infantry. I've been seeing Wurzag cast those down on the Berserkers a few times. The Archers are doing some good work, and the fact that the Arachnarok Queen is so healthy is got to be a bit concerning for the Norscans at this point, because with 120 armor, Skin Wolves aren't the best suited for killing them. And
absolutely.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Balance of power starting to creep in favor of the Greenskins. You know, that has been Norscan favored the entire time, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, with these Greenskins, a good secure backline here. All their archers are online, pouring damage into the Norscan key units, shutting down those werewolves, and yeah, Wulfric's pretty beat up. The Battle Fiend just escaped with his life, though. We'll see. A couple pendulums in the late game could be key, and another Sea Fang going down.
Yeah.
I think if, a Wog going down, the Arachnarok putting in some work. I think if he removes the Battle Fiend, yeah, the Greenskins are in a really good position, though, with all these archers online still.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Skin Wolves, they're running out. They're losing ground quickly. And, yeah, I think Greenskins are really starting to pull this in their favor now. Look at the Battle Fiend going down. Wolfric down to half health. And even the infantry engagements are now starting to go towards the Greenskins.
Indeed, and now Wurzag is in the fray as well. He's fighting some werewolves, some berserkers. He doesn't care. He says, I'm not just a caster, I'm a fighter too, and he's in there putting in work. And meanwhile, it looks like the Arachnarok is creating this bastion and allowing the archers to get some more work done, but we'll see. I mean, many battles have been swung by the regen of Skin Wolves in the late game. There's still quite a few models online. Oh, the effigy.
But I mean, at this point, the Greenskin skirmishers have been compromised, besides the Wolf archers, of course. Good job to Norsca using the Beast of Tashnar to shut down both of the Orc Error Boys. And so that effigy to get is nice, but it's not going to be something that they can capitalize on without any firepower. And over here, Hunter of Champions on top of Wurzag. Wurzag's getting low on health. If Wolfric the Wanderer comes back here and charges him, I think in one fell swoop he could potentially kill Wurzag for good. And
I think he heard you, HW. Looks like he was trying to stagger that way, but I wonder if he tries to go after Wurzag, if the spider's microed on him, he shouldn't really be able to get away, but oh, it might happen though. He's going after it. He sees this is his only real chance of victory. Take out the Greenskin leadership, tear out the rest.
Oh, so far we're...
oh. Was that a miss? He missed him, HW.
He did miss.
Missed Wurzag. My goodness.
That's pretty crazy. And there it goes. Army loss is kicking in, and the Greenskins are going to take the victory home. ODM ChosenOne is qualifying for the top 8.
And Wurzag has literally danced his way to victory, folks. He sidesteps the mammoth, does a little shimmy, and the shatter was imminent from there on. And my goodness, what an ending. I thought, I mean, if one charge happens, that could completely swing the balance of power, but wow.
No, yeah, he was at that level of health where if Wolfric actually landed that charge and hit him, he could have killed him.
Absolutely.
But no, it came down to the wire, and the Greenskins came out on top, so congrats to ODM ChosenOne winning that. I do think I saw him say in the chat, though, he may not be able to play next week, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him nominate his opponent right here in his clanmate, Gilles Breton, as his champion if he can't make it next week. So we'll see what ends up happening.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a really wild second game. He's absolutely deserving. It was easily could have gone his way if he won that battle, and just an incredible ace match. The charge I felt like was in some ways a microcosm of the battle, just small things becoming massive things.
Yeah. From
little things onto big things, and I think it was just a great battle to end the stream here. And I just want to say I had a pleasure, and I can't wait till next week.
And now, I can't wait till next week either, and thank you so much for tuning in, or for joining me in co-casting. It looks like ODM ChosenOne is playing some mind games there against his clanmate. But yeah, no, great games across the board. Both of those were awesome. I can't believe ChosenOne came back in the round 2 to win that with the Blackguard and Nagaron, and then even in that fight it was looking pear-shaped for a while there, and he was able to pull it back into his corner. So great games all around. Anything you want to say before we wrap up and end the stream from here?
Yeah, again, just want to thank everyone for joining us. It was a pleasure, as I've said, and yeah, to everyone, be excellent to each other, and to all, a good night and a good fight. And thanks again, HW.
Hey, of course, man. Yeah, thanks for joining me. I'll see you next weekend to co-cast those. And yeah, for now, I'm just going to end the stream by showing y'all how it's broken down. And let's go ahead and actually move on to the final stage, because I think we'll have them all filled out now. Or no, not yet. I guess I need to end the group stage or something. But anywho, so yeah, just going down from Group A to Group D, we got Alric Rahl defeating Ice Power Total War, and then Han Chosen of the Norns to qualify for the top 8. We then have Crabling, who defeated Undertaker, and Random Nix to qualify for the top 8. We have Falcon, who defeated RTK Lumiere, and the Viking Cat over here to qualify for the top 8. Pacifist Warlord, who defeated Tank, and then ODM Loopy to qualify for the top 8. Group C, we have Vicious Satsuma, the dark horse in the race, because he joined in last minute as a replacement, and he came in and knocked out Energized and Sorv, so he's going to be moving to the top 8. And look at that, guys. I know RTK was a bit bummed because 3 of their clan members fell into one group, but they still have a representative going to the top 8. We had ODM Inticity defeating Gabo Slayer and then Ondyaga. And then for Group D, Soothsayer defeating Bilbo Bagos and then Alfredino. And then as we just saw in this match, it was ODM ChosenOne defeating Pugnobon, and then in a very close best of 3 defeating Gilles Le Breton. So right now, I think that's going to take care of everything for us. So thank you all for participating, to the players. Tesla, I'll cast replays later in the week, but I have to go take care of my daughter now. Her grandma's watching her, and I don't want to keep her waiting longer than I have to. So I will... Wait, did I? Oh, jokes. Okay, cool. But yeah, Tesla, I'm going to be casting the replays throughout the week. Try to cast all of them before next week's top 8 finals. But yeah, so stick around, hit that follow button if you haven't done so already. Make sure you don't miss any of the action, because the real prize is going to be next week when we figure out who comes out on top for $600, second place with that $200. Third and fourth will both get $50, and fifth through 8th place will all get $25. So thank you to all of the players for participating. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you guys had a good time playing. I know I had a good time watching. And of course, a huge thank you to all of the new followers, all of the subscribers, and to all of you viewers. We had some good turnouts today. I think we were close to 180 there at the peak. And yeah, always happy to see so many people showing up to watch these tournaments. So thank you all so much. Huang Gunslinger, thank you very much for tuning in. And Iron Thunder Delta, yeah, let's end the group stage, and you ready to see the final stage? So it's double elimination next week, guys. Just to make it even more interesting. Crabling versus Soothsayer, Pacifist versus Vicious Satsuma, Alucaral versus ChosenOne, and Falcon versus Anticity. Now, even if they lose once, they go down to the losers bracket, and what happens then is when we go to the finals, if the losers bracket, let's say, resets the final bracket, and this is going to be a best of 7, keep in mind, then it will trigger a best of 1 sudden death with blind faction picks. No picks bans, just a blind pick. If the person in the winners bracket wins that best of 7, then the tournament is over from there. But don't want to force the players to play 2 best of 7s, so that's going to be how we handle it. If the losers bracket wins, it will just trigger sudden death. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I can't say it enough. And to everybody who donated to make this $1,000 prize pool possible, I can't say thank you enough. Thank you. And, here's to Season 7, which will be starting up once we finish next weekend. And let's shoot for that $2,000 prize pool then. But without further ado, the semis, I think I may just keep the semis as best of 3s, but let me think on that. I think it may also just be dependent on how quickly we go through. But since it's double elimination, I was thinking of just leaving the semifinals as best of 3, because making it double elimination to me kind of counterbalances, like if I do best of 5s and double elimination, that might take quite a long time. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It's my pleasure to be here. And on that note, my son HW, I'm going to be signing out from here, and I'll see you all next time.